Indian man who strives adversity and find a place he can call his own. Born into poverty, Mr. Biswas faces numerous challenges and struggles throughout his ultimate goal is to own a house, a symbol of stability and success in his life. Characters. Another slide. In the novel, A House of Mr. Biswas, there are many characters. Some of the key characters are included. Mohan Biswas, the protagonist of the story, a poor and ambitious man who seeks independence and houses for his own. Shama, Mr. Biswas' wife, a simple and supportive woman who tries to make the best of their challenging circumstances. Anand, Mr. Biswas and Shama's eldest son, who become a teacher. Savi, Mr. Biswas and Shama's daughter, who is described as intelligent and ambitious. Sheth, Mr. Biswas' employee at the newspaper, who provided him with a job as a journalist. Ajodha, Mr. Biswas' mother-in-law, Bandhat's wife. Tara, Mr. Biswas' sister-in-law and Shama's sister. Next slide, sir. Plot. The novel begins with Mr. Biswas' birth and early struggles in rural Trinidad. He marries Shama and becomes part of her influential and demanding family. Mr. Biswas starts working as a journalist but faces many difficulties due to his family obligations. The story revolves around his various jobs, family responsibilities, and his constant desires to own a house. Despite facing setbacks and challenges, Mr. Biswas perceives and individually achieves his dream. Sir, next slide. Ito sir themes major themes. Identity and independence. Mr. Biswas struggles to establish his identity and gain independence from his in-laws and societal expectations. Family and relationships. The novel explores the complexities of family dynamics and the impact of family on an individual's life. Ambitions and dreams. Mr. Biswas' unwavering ambitions to own a house symbolize his determination to improve his life and gain control over his destiny. Next slide. Critical appreciation. A House for Mr. Biswas receives widespread acclaim for its rich storytelling and vivid depiction of Trinidadian culture. B.S. Naipaul's writing style and narrative power have been highly praised by critics and readers alike. The novel's exploring of post-colonial themes and its portrayal of the immigrant experience with a global audience. Critics also lauded the character development, particularly Mr. Biswas' complex and relatable portrayal. Conclusion, sir. Last part. A House for Mr. Biswas is a completing novel that explores the universal theme of identity, ambitions, and the quest for a place to call home. Mr. Naipaul's masterful storytelling and deep understanding of human struggles have cemented this novel as a significant work in modern literature. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so
Sorry, sir, যদি ভুল হয়ে থাকে অনেকক্ষণ বসে থাকতে থাকতে স্যার টায়ার্ড হয়ে গেছে।
It's very natural and very normal. Okay, so what's your name?
Rafia Jaman.
Rafia Zaman. Rafia Zaman, you did very well. The most striking thing and distinguished thing that you did this evening is you presented on a text which actually I didn't touch. I didn't start it on your live class, right? So that's actually a wonderful thing you did. And I really should appreciate this. Though there are
Thank you, sir.
some mistakes in pronunciation, okay, and arrangement of the information. So very simply explained and very nice, in which actually we understand actually the importance of home, right? Especially the immigrant people feel this problem. Okay, the settlement, why they can call a place their home, they can have some, they can fulfill their ambition, right? They can bring up their children, okay, make them educated, established in the society, so many things, okay. So family home is very common thing associated with our life, very common but very important, most prominent thing in our life, right? For which we are struggling. Whatever we do for our home, we do for fulfilling our ambition, right? So very fundamental thing in life that actually portrayed in the novel The House for Mr. Biswas. So I'd like to thank you once again to Rafia Zaman for presenting this. What's your roll number, Rafia? 508, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Anyone left to present today?
Sir,
হ্যাঁ বলেন আর কেউ আছেন?
স্যার আমি ইশরা রহমান।
আচ্ছা ইশরা, আপনি না অসুস্থ ছিলেন?
জি স্যার, আমি এটা
আপনার
আপনাকে বলেছিলাম
আপনার
স্যার,
পাওয়ার
মানে
পয়েন্ট
আমার
প্রেজেন্টেশন কি
হুট করে
পাঠিয়েছেন? আমার ইমেলে
জি
পাঠিয়েছেন?
স্যার আমি
পাঠিয়েছি।
জি স্যার
আপনি কি লাস্ট আর কেউ বাকি আছে?
স্যার আর কেউ নেই।
আর কেউ নেই? আমি খুবই দুঃখিত, আমি
স্যার।
চেয়েছিলাম আর আগেই শেষ হয়ে যাবে 1 ঘন্টার মধ্যে, কিন্তু এখন তো অনেক সময় লেগে গেল, বেশি সময় কনজিউম হয়ে গেল না, অনেকেরই হয়তো
স্যার
কষ্ট
আমি
হচ্ছে।
আর্লি করে দিব স্যার।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, ওকে শুরু করেন তাহলে অর্চি।
From 6A batch. First of all, I would like to thank my honorable teacher for giving me an opportunity to say something in front of all of you. Today, my topic is The Guide, which is written by R K Narayan. Next, sir. The Guide is a novel written in English by the Indian author R K Narayan. Like most of his works, the novel is based on Malgudi, the fictional town in South India. Moving between present and past, the guide tells the life story of Raju. Next. The notable characters of the novels are parents of Raju, Rosie, Marco, and many more. Next, sir. So next. Raju is the protagonist and part narrator of the guide. Rosie, the young and beautiful wife of Marco and love object of Raju. Marco is the husband of Rosie. Marco is a serious, studious, and a genius guy. Velan is a local from the small village of Mangal in southern India. And we can also see Velan's brother, a rather dull-witted 21 years old who goes to inform Raju that his brother Velan has been injured in a fight. The villagers, residents of the village of Mangal in southern India, located not far from a river bank, the villagers, following Velan's example, put their faith in Raju as a spiritual guide. Next. The Guide is a story of Raju's. Sir, the guide is a story of Raju's romance, his greed for money, his sin and repentance. It is also the story of every man's growth from the ordinary to the extraordinary, from the railway guide to the spiritual guide. The story is divided into two parts, present and past. Raju is a very adaptable person and becomes whatever people and life want him to become with little no professional training. But owing to his knowledge of local landmarks and buildings, he soon becomes a tour guide at the railway station in Malgudi. Tempted by the material pleasures like money and comfort, Raju soon finds himself drawn to another source of pleasure, Rosie. Rosie is the wife of Marco. Rosie is a born dancer. She practices regularly and soon Raju finds an opening for her. In her very first appearance, she is a grand success. Soon she is very much in demand and their earning increase enormously. Raju lives lavishly, entertains a large number of friends with whom he drinks and gambles. All goes well till Raju forges Rosie's signatures to obtain valuable jewelry lying with her husband. So next. The act lands him in jail. Rosie leaves Malgudi and goes away to Madras. She goes on with her dancing and does well without the help and management of Raju. On release from jail, Raju takes shelter in a deserted temple on the banks of the river, a few miles away from Malgudi, and close the village called Mangla. The simple villagers take him to be a Mahatma, begin to worship him and bring him a lot of eatable as presents. Raju is quite comfortable and performs a role of a saint to perfection. However, soon there is a drought and the villagers expect Raju to perform some miracle to bring them bread. So he has to undertake a fast. The fast attracts much attention and people come to have darshan to the Mahatma from far and wide. On the 12th day of the fast, Raju falls down exhausted just as there are signs of a rain on the horizon. Fainted. The next. The themes of these novels are hypocrisy, gender and feminism, tradition versus modernity, greed and materialism. So next. Narayan wanted to guide the readers through Raju that man does not experience real pleasure or happiness in restful, rusty position, but in suffering and striving for ideas for the welfare of others in which lies in the essence and dignity of life. Raju's self-awareness and the sense of social and spiritual fulfillment that results from it in the end is something that is astonishes us to sorry, sir, next. The novel leaves it to the reader to guess whether Raju died and whether it rained. With this, I have finished my presentation. Thank you, sir.
So right. Okay, so everyone done, yeah? It's done with everyone. Ishar Rahman Orchi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your slide is actually juxtaposed with lots of information together, like it's a Microsoft Word file, okay, rather than a presentation, PowerPoint presentation. However, one thing is really striking that you drew in your conclusion, right?
Yes, sir.
So I really liked your conclusion, which is actually the ending message of the novel guide. Actually, the writer R K Narayan leaves it to the audience, to the reader, to his readers, to decide actually or to assume whether it rains or Raju lives or dies, right? That actually we are not sure,
Yes, sir.
and writer R K Narayan actually keep this situation in an ambiguous way, so that the writer will assume that or think that, and he just it's a technique, literary technique to keep the writer thinking of the book even after finishing reading the book. Okay, so that's a technique of the writer to connect the audience, to connect the writer. Okay, not only the time during the reading, rather after reading. Wait. Okay, so wonderful. Though it actually consumes lots of time, myself is very tired, and you are also tired too. So thank you very much. So next class we will sit and discuss regarding our final exam. Okay, and we also wait. I'm just going to Okay, so আমরা next ক্লাসে হাউস ফর মিস্টার বিশ্বাস নিয়ে আলোচনা করবো, আর যে ফাইনাল এক্সাম সেটা নিয়ে আলোচনা হবে, আর আমাদের কিভাবে সরাসরি একটা কফি বা টি, একটা স্ন্যাক্স এর মিটিং এ হতে পারে সরাসরি, সে বিষয়টা নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলবো। ওকে, তো সবাই ভালো থাকবেন।